Stream is live.
Live?
Stream is live. Oh, I'm so glad I have this ball. Oh, yes.
Let's check it out.
Hey, watch. I've been getting good at this.
Misses.
What?
Connecting streaming software to go live. Viewers be able to find your stream once you go live.
Strap in your homes.
Let's see. I don't know if it's going to look as good on my IG live. Let's see. Come on. You're fine.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if this works.
That's fine.
God, everything's fucking popping off right now. You're texting Dad. I don't know how to go live. Come on. Start sending us. Says the stream is already live.
Let me go on YouTube and see.
Oh. Says it's live. Come on. Nothing like 2 minutes to go. Oh, something's happening. There we go. We're on.
Right.
We're on.
So we go on Instagram. Load
Yeah, we're on. We're on it. Boom.
Do you see like who's on? You know what I can do actually.
I come into here. I'm just streaming through YouTube. So they're pretty much like I'm on my on my screen. I'm on the StreamYard screen. Can't see. I can't really see what else is on.
This had like a.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's just that no one's on yet. It says current viewers, nothing. I think really join real quick to see if it goes on. But let's go on to IG Live. But we're on, so I guess I share your screen. Just share my screen. Boom.
All right, we're going live.
All right, you ready? We're gonna start.
All right, let's go.
All right. So I just won't screen share for right now. It'll be us just on here for a second, just talking.
I'm going live on Instagram on my phone.
Yep, I'm live in 3, 2, 1. Live. Welcome.
All right.
We are on IG Live. We're on YouTube Live. Let's get things started. We can be answering any questions in any chat. We got our eyes open on everything.
I'm gonna put this right here, actually.
It's just let people hop on. Jake Ryan, what's going on? Julia, how they doing?
You're like this, bro. This is annoying. All right. Yo, the whole point of this live, we're gonna give people some time to get on here and stuff. But whatever questions you guys have, stock related, and want to get into trading, this is the time that we're going live to show you guys what it is that we do and what we can provide to you.
We're on here for you guys.
I see my boy Dev in here. You always talk about making all that money. Why not make more money? You can literally turn 5K to, whatever your heart desires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But again, guys, ask questions either in the Instagram chat or the YouTube chat. I gotta see. Delete the chat. Let's see. I don't know how to see the chat. Chat right here. Mike, can you see the YouTube?
I don't know. I don't know if we did it right for YouTube. Let's see. Should I just go on YouTube?
You just started the time. Mike, you hit the timer.
Yeah, Sunday market scans. It says live.
All right, cool. Well, we got, let's see, 7:34. Give it a few more minutes.
I would do construction, but I'm past that life now. I'd rather work for an hour on the computer and push some buttons and make my money.
That's right.
Construction's good money though. So I'm saying, bro, if you use it to invest smartly, you don't even have to necessarily day trade. Like you could just join and get our long-term plays, our long buy and hold. I mean, even if you do like invest like 10, 20, bro, that'll be easily 100 by the next 3 years. Just in long-term plays alone.
Mike, you started that timer on Instagram. It's funny. Or on YouTube.
It started a timer?
Yeah, it's good now, but I think you hit a countdown. Let's see. This.
Come on, bro. That's what we're here for. I've been trying to tell you. You don't want to play. I even told you I'll call you myself and we'll talk. I'll show you how we do everything. Kyle, go to the 5-minute time frame and give an example of a day trade. Just a quick little entry and exit.
All right, so we're going to the 5-minute here. Checking it out.
This is all we do, by the way.
For an example, we're just looking at Google. All right. To give you guys an example, the Friday market opens. Let's see. All right, so we're looking at 8:30 a.m. for standard time, which is going to be right there. Turn on extended hours. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so just to give you guys an idea, we're looking at a full day of charting. We have this white line from market open, 8:30 a.m. our time, 6:30 a.m. on California time, and for like Miami, Florida, East Coast is 9:30 a.m. So what we're looking at, pretty simple stuff. We're looking at, I don't want to give away all the sauce, but we can look at highs, we can look at lows. We're only looking at getting in and getting out for a small move. We don't need to catch this whole thing. If we're looking at a time frame between market open until maybe, let's just say 10:30. All right, so it's the first 2 hours of market open. Look how much action it goes up, down, up, down, up, down. That right there can give you maybe, 6 to 7 trades, Mike?
Here, I'm trying to, hold on. Let me,
What are you trying to say?
go to, let me present. Let me see. I think I know what he wants to see. I know what he wants to see. There we go. We're back on there.
Yep,
all right,
let's check it out.
So look, just a simple, like he said, I'm not giving away too much sauce, but all we do, we have a simple break right here, right? We get a huge bullish move up. We got to wait for it to come down for a retest, right? So right in this area of imbalance, which you'll learn more of if you're in the Discord, this is where we call out the entries to go higher. And then we would just simply take this entry back to previous highs. If it breaks previous highs, you can hold. As soon as it reclaims, you sell. So just from here, from simply 190 to 193 with literally
$3.
$3 move. So all you need is really a $2 move to make a couple hundred for the day. So you only trade 1 to 3 risk to rewards. You're literally making 3 times whatever you've invested.
Yeah, to kind of just further on this, like for what is this, Apple?
Yeah.
So Apple, like a $3 move, as what we'll dive into as well. Like when you're inside our Discord, we go over options and how spreads, bids, and asks work, and understanding the price of premium contracts. And if all of that sounds like foreign language to you, like we help you. We'll teach you and understand what that sounds and what it means. But the stock itself, it's only moving, like we said, $190 to $193. That's $3. If you were to buy shares, right? If you bought a share of Apple right now, one share, it would cost you $190. Now, from 190 to 193 on shares, you'd only make $3 if you had one share, right? Which shares long term is definitely great for long term investing. You know, you have a boatload of. If you had 100 shares in Apple, that'd be great. So that's how we trade options, because when you trade one option, it equals 100 shares of the company. So let's say the stock only moves $3. We're trading the premium price, the premium of those contracts, which are valued higher. So let's say we bought one contract, which is worth 100 shares of the company for $100. And this moved $3. The premium price on the value that was bought for $100, expecting it to go up. It was a call, right? $193 call option, and we bought it at 190. Like you can use the mouse, right? So let's say we start at the bottom from right there, right? Right there, it's sitting at $190, and we call out to the Discord, hey guys, $193 strike price call options for Apple expiring today, right? Pretty simple. We have trainings in the video so you guys can understand how that works and how to actually buy them when we call them out. But we're in this move, and then right away we have a big candle that pushes up about $1.50. That $1.50 move is probably about 25 to 30% gain on your money already. So if you put in $100, you're sitting at about 130 just on that candle. Now there's no issue with you guys selling too soon, right? Because profit is profit, and that is okay. If you guys just join, we will tell you when we get our positions or when we trim our positions. Like Mike, when you're intraday, you're on it. You're like, hey, I'm in 3 contracts, and right here I'm in 1 contract. I'm leaving 2 to run, or whatever it may be.
Really, I can elaborate more on that. So like what he said is that's what I like. I do the day trading. Kyle also calls some day trades. He does a lot of swing trades as well. But like when we get this initial move, this is when I start typing in the chat and I let you guys know, hey, we're loading Apple 193 calls at an average of, let's say, $100 per contract for the example that we're doing. So you get as soon as the price starts coming down here, I'll let you guys know. I'll say, hey, I just filled my position with an average strike price of $1, which is equivalent to $100. And then boom, it goes up $3. That is literally like, let's say you have 2 contracts and then we get up to equal highs. I would say trim. Whenever I say trim, that just means that we're selling one of our contracts if you had 2 of them. But for a person growing a small account that's just coming in, like just take your,
take your 1 contract and take your money. 30% is insane on your capital.
Crazy move.
So to kind of further what Mike's saying, when you buy these contracts, he said $1 to $100, right? Because for options, 1 share is 100 shares. So when you buy a contract, it shows it as $1, but you're buying 100 of them, so it would cost you $100. And then if this thing moves $3, your value of that contract just up probably an extra $2.50, right? Because you're in the money now, maybe $3. So your $1 premium that you spent $100 on is now worth an extra $3. So you got $4 on this premium. Your $100 of $1 is turned into $4. So you make $400 is the sell point. So you'd make $300 on a $3 move.
And that's just so powerful. Yeah, that's what we do. I mean, like he said, you get 1 contract for $100 starting small. We take it up $3, dude. Take your $300. You just made $300 off of $100 in a matter of 15 minutes. Like, tell me why you wouldn't want to learn this skill instead of working 9 to 5. Like, that's kind of like the biggest thing. Clock in or lock in, baby.
Mike, do me a favor, talk about why charting is so important to learn, because we know our risk reward, our stop loss, right? So if where we enter is a crucial zone, crucial level for us when we're charting, and if it doesn't go our way, like how do we know when we're getting out? Because if you guys are on our trades and you hear us call it out, but you're not actually looking at the chart, you're literally just like waiting for us to be like, yeah, get in and get out. But if you were to actually open the chart and you'd see, hey, we're loading these call options and we're in, you would understand once it gets past where we entered, that's when we get out. And we take a maybe 15%, 10% loss, we keep our losses really, really tiny. If we put $100 in and we lost 15%, you're not risking the 100. You're losing $15. So your 100 just turned to 85. Darn, catch the next play in 30%. You just outmaneuvered your loss by 3x.
Yeah, so literally you would go you heard you was I was wilding a little bit in high school, but we talked about offline. But yeah, so like literally right here, this is where you would set stop loss, right? So this is our entry, close to this line as we can, and stop loss would be right below this fair value gap, which obviously that probably sounds like Spanish to you, but that's a easy break and retest, and then just target previous highs, and that's like, in my opinion, a very safe play. I mean, that is something 9 times out of 10, I'm going to take that trade. Like if you go back to
that was a 1 to 3. That was perfect because you're aiming for those highs, and then based on your entry, like if I know what my risk reward is 1 to 3, you're getting out at 10% to make 30.
Literally, so $100 to $300 with one contract is crazy. So like that's what I'm saying. Like days like Friday, right? I took a little loss on Friday because I wasn't patient enough. But right here, this is a chop zone. There is no clear bounce, right? Like there is no clear trade or trend that we could take. However, if you look closer to it, essentially this is a bullish order block. So you could take this entry and use below this wick as a stop loss, right? And then that ended up breaking the previous high. So that's what you need to wait for. You need to wait for those breaks, right? We get that break of this old high, and then boom, we retest it and shoot up. So like this was literally from 529 to 536. That's a $7 move. On one contract, you would make $600.
Yeah, and we're giving you guys a lot of sauce here when it comes to understanding market structure, market direction, and entries and exits. And that those are like, if you have those 4 things, I mean, that's a big part in understanding how to get in, how to get out, why to get in, why to get out. Because if you don't have your rules set up, dude, like you're gonna look, because if you're just like, all right, I'm gonna get in here and just see how high it can go, like you might make money and you might get lucky a few times, but your luck's gonna run out. You need to have a strategy. You need to have a legit entrance and exit. And that's when we're talking about a risk reward, right? 1 to 3 or 1 to 2, whatever it is, it's because we need to get out at some point. You don't want to be left holding the bag. We've been in that situation.
Oh yeah, and respect your stop losses. I mean, if you can't tell me where you want your entry and where you want your stop loss, you probably shouldn't take the trade. Like it's as simple as that. It's hard as can be, but like what a lot of new traders will do sometimes is their screens will start looking like this. All right, and then we'll go like, look at that. How the hell? I mean, you're gonna overanalyze to the max. Like that is just ugly.
You don't need all of that. And that's what we teach. Michael and I both have a mentorship. We both have one-on-one classes you can get with us, because we want to help you guys see what we see, right? We want to show you guys now, while we have the time, to be able to tell you like, hey, this is how you need to chart. This is how you need to get in. This is how you need to trade. Because shit, I'm not trying to say like we haven't made it or that, but at the same time, it's like come to us. We're here. Like we know what we're doing. And if you want to learn the language, the skill, something that you'll have for the rest of your life within 10 classes, like what are you waiting for? That's
I think a lot of people are like hesitant on it. I mean, obviously a lot of people are like, oh, stocks are a scam. Well, this scam has 2 cars paid off and 3 houses. And so it's like, it's really just what you want to put your time into. Like, would you rather just make money by wasting your time, or would you rather risk your money to save your time? You know, like you risk your money, and that's the biggest thing about trading with psychology, is because that you are risking your money. I mean, it's your hard-earned money that you worked for, right? So it's scary to want to be like, oh, well, what if I lose like 200? Like, it is scary. But like, there's a lot of mental, emotional, psychological things that you learn about yourself throughout your trading journey. And like, if you haven't, only profitable traders will understand when you say, I want to jump off a bridge right now. Like, trading will bring you to some low places before it brings you to some high places. And that's where we come in, is to like we're just here to help you guys kind of not skip through those tough learning phases, but actually skip through it.
We're here to short.
What you guys got? Give us some questions. Come on.
Yeah, what questions you got? Martin, I see you on here. What's up, bro? Jake, I see you. Fabian, I see you. What's going on? IG Live. Appreciate you guys coming on in. I'm taking questions on either IG Live or YouTube. Like, just ask away.
Anything you guys want to know. This is what we're doing this so you guys can have a warm and fuzzy to hop in, get in the Discord, get started. I think it excuse me. I think it helps that we don't have like 10,000 people in the Discord, because we could literally cater toward more individuals that actually need help. So like, we don't need the Discord, but we're just trying to do y'all a service. So like, in my opinion, if someone is open and I have direct access to someone that could teach me a life hack and learn to make this type of money and live the life I want to live, you better believe, bro, I am in that shit all day. Like, there is
guys,
no to.
The thing I harp on that, Mike, you brought up, which is a good point, which is like the fear factor of trading, the scaredness of trading. Dude, I was talking to Dad yesterday, and he was even like, dude, like you hit the point. Like, if I have $500 and that's all I have to use for trading, and you're telling me it's going to cost $500 to get into one position, like, that's scary. And yes, it is, if you have a plan, if you're not listening to people that have strategies put in place. But also, you need to realize that $500, I actually just made a reel on this, but that $500 is your entry. That's your max loss that you can have, right? Our plan is to go in. If we lose that trade, we're losing maybe 10 to 12%, sometimes 15% on that loss, and then you can sell. So you get out with $480, $475, right? You still have that money. It's not like you put in 500 and it's gone. You put in that 500, you wait a little bit, that could turn to 625, and then you sell, right? There's little nuances in trading that I think scare people because they just don't understand how it works. So when we trade options, I want you guys to realize that $500 cost to get in, that's your max you're losing. And we never let trades go all the way down to minus 100%. Never. That would be like, that's gambling. Where you're just like, I'm just going to put in 500 and just see what happens. It's like, no, you're going to put in 500. And if you go down to like 475, 480, you're 20, 25 bucks. All right, that's your max loss that you are willing to lose on that trade, and you can exit at 475 bucks, right? You don't have to wait until your 500 is all the way gone. So when it comes to trading, yeah, it can be scary, but that's why teachers, there's myself, that's why there's Michael. There's like, we are here at your disposal so you guys can use us. And now we're doing these market live scans on Sunday. We're planning to only do 3 more. So I want you guys to ask away any questions.
I got a question.
Yeah.
We got, how do you overcome the fear of missing out? The answer is you don't.
FOMO.
Bro,
FOMO is real.
FOMO will always happen, bro. But that's where the discipline comes in. It's like, by all means, you can just take off, bro. And like, there's nothing you can do about it because it's gone. Like if you see crazy volume start coming in and it just goes nuts. If you try to chase it, it could just go down just as fast. And then now what? You don't have a stop loss. Do you add? Like you're just start playing catch up with yourself and you're already losing your own money. So like
Who asked that question?
Jesse.
FOMO, man, it's real. Like my brother and I, we missed out on over $20,000 in one trade last week.
I missed 47,000 and I only profited 4,000.
So to answer your question on that mental battle, how to overcome it, you need to realize that when you're trading, when you are trading, this is a full-time gig. This is a full-time job, profession, however you want to state, because guess what? You're going to come in tomorrow and you're going to trade. And then the next day, you're going to come in and trade. There's always going to be more trades. And the biggest thing is get base hits. Get your 20%, get your 40%. All those wins will add up. And yeah, so sometimes you're going to get those home runs, those elephant plays, right? Those massive plays where you might make 5 to 10K off of literally $100 would have turned into 13 grand on this move, which is insane because of the way the Trump market is and tariffs and bond, like it's just insane.
I had 500. I think I only had 500 invested, and it went to a total of 47,000 from $500. Imagine that, and I sold at 3,500. So like,
which is still fantastic.
FOMO, yeah, which is still good by all means. FOMO will always be there. It's just like, if anything, what kind of helps me overcome it is the fact that like, all right, you know what? Let the play make its move. If it makes a huge move, guess what? We're gonna have some clean levels for the next days coming. You know, like if anything, huge moves that are missed will create more opportunities for better trades.
So the answer to your question that we're saying, right? How do you manage FOMO? Typically speaking, when there is a massive play, it is going to set up following moves. So you need to wait. I know it's gonna be hard. You're gonna see that thing, that green candle, just God candle, whatever it is. Just wait, because it will come back. It will give you another setup, and don't feel like you're missing out. Feel like everybody else in the world didn't even know that just happened, because in reality, 99% of the world didn't know it happened. You only know what's happening because you're watching the charts. So you see it, wait for the move to come back. If you can play it, great. If not, wait an hour, go make breakfast, whatever it is, come back to the computer and wait for a better setup. But you'll always have more trades. That's the biggest takeaway, is that there's always going to be more trades.
So
I have another.
Oh, go ahead.
I had another question. Mike, I mean, I could talk about it, but it's the question is, I feel like I've been putting in trades and then I hit stop loss and sell, and then 2 hours later it jumps. Then I get pissed, overtrade, try to recuperate it. Are there any tips you guys have on the patience of your stop loss and walking away?
Yeah, I mean, that happens every day. I mean, every day, bro. Like it's always, if it is. I guess the biggest thing is to follow your rules, right? Like if you stop out, let yourself stop out. If you're like, stop out, but don't let that trade like kill your entire day. It could just be a simple, like, first off, if you went too heavy in it and you have no more capital to get another trade, then you're already wrong. Like you should only be entering with about 10% of your account. So if it does stop out, you're good. Just wait for that next setup. And then once you see it clearly break that level you wanted it to break, then go back in it again. And if it stops you out again, it is what it is, you know, but half the time it's really just patience. It's waiting for that setup to come to you, because as soon as you start playing catch up, you will constantly play catch up the rest of that day, and you'll start chasing trades that will just start costing you heavy.
Yeah. And to kind of add on that, it really comes down to how you're executing your trades, and then also your strategy going into it, right? So what kind of trader are you? What kind of trades are you looking for? So Mike, my brother's an intraday scalper pretty much, where he's waiting for a setup, hits his entry. If it hits a stop loss, he gets out. But he's playing with enough money to where let's say it's $10,000 in an account. He's risking 10% each trade. That gives him 10 potential trades for the day, right? If you have $1,000 in your account and you're risking 500 on one trade, and you lose it, or you lose 25%, 30, 40% of it, yeah, you're going to be trying to win it back, right? But you need to realize the part of your question where it says, but 2 hours later it jumps. Well, you need to tell yourself, what times of the day are you going to be trading? Are you going to be on all day? Can you watch the market all day? If you can watch the market all day and you hit the bottom low of the day and you're just waiting the whole time, let that thing wait. Like, you sit with it. But if Michael and myself are only on until 10:30, then the way that our contracts expire, if it's a 0 DTE where it expires that day, the longer the day goes on, the more worthless our contracts become. So if something shoots up in the morning and then 2 hours later it looks like this, it's down, and then comes right exactly back to here, in the morning this was worth 400. 2 hours later, it's worth maybe 310. Even though it's the exact same point, there is a thing called theta that eats away at the contract, and that's based on the time. So, yeah, 2 hours later it might jump, but it might have been exactly what that price was earlier. And
here, go back to my screen on the phone.
Yeah.
So look, literally, if you're, let's say you're just like this day for me, I got stopped out here. Stopped out here. So I'm like, all right, this is my last trade for the day. I need to wait. By this time, it's already 10:30. I was like, I'm tired of it. Typically, if the market's choppy within the first like hour and a half, just don't trade for the whole day. Like, that's what I'm working on myself. And it's like, just let it be. But you could always just come over here, set an alert, right? And then as soon as you have that clean candle close, your phone will go off. You'll get that alert. And I usually put on the morning night watch list above 529, take it to 535. And that would have been a perfect break, and then retest, and then bounce, right? So you want to wait for this break and see how we didn't get that retest yet. That's what you want to wait for. So you'll have the notification, and from 11:30 to 12:30. So you would still have an hour before you get that beautiful entry. If you chase it because you think you're missing it, and you go, oh, this might have been it. This might have been it. This is it. Like, you're already negative from 530 down to 528. Like, you're already negative $2, which is terrible. Just, you have to be really patient. Once it breaks, wait for that confirmation retest. You get a good close, take it up.
And Jake, the question was for Jake. I have a question for you, bro. Why are you trying to enter trades we're not calling out?
He's trying.
Guys, I understand that you guys want to try, and I understand that you guys want to trade and do this yourselves as well. But the thing is, when you're brand new and you're risking your own capital, you guys should not be in a rush to lose money, right? Like, you joined our Discord for a reason, to follow our calls and our puts and our plays. Just trust it, right? If we get into one play and we lose a little bit, or if we win, let's say we win 30% and you guys entered late and you only made like 5 to 10%, just wait. Don't try and hold when we get and you're like, oh well, maybe it'll go further. Like, we're getting out of that play for a reason. I don't want you guys to think that, oh man, I missed the play by like 5 minutes. Maybe I can enter and then just hold it longer. It's like, no, like, we are getting in and out at precise times, because when we get out, we see the market's going to reverse. And so the last thing we want you to do is stay in that trade and then become even more negative, right? So,
well, yeah.
So like,
also, personally,
go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Personally, I don't give a shit if you want to make your own trades. It's just, like I think that is good. I mean, we all have to learn some way, some shape or form, but like you just can't bring that to the Discord for everybody who's listening. Like, take our trades, and if you decide to take your own trades, that's your own risk. Like, I don't care if you got the capital, you got the capital. Like, do whatever you please because you think you see a good setup. By all means, take it. If you're gonna do that though, journal, journal, journal. Write down what you think you saw and why you entered it. And like I said, for you guys, you're lucky because we don't have 10,000 people in here. You could easily just send us a message and show us, hey, this is what happened. This didn't work out. So, like, can we talk through it or whatever? And if we're nice enough, we'll talk through it.
And another thing too that had come up in the Discord, and it's I get it. Like, if you guys lose money on a trade that you took, and you come to us like, dude, I joined your Discord. I went up $400. It was great, and then now I'm down 400 because I took some of my own trades. It's like we can't help you. Like, if you lose the money that you came in to do, like, we're here to give you our trades. If you guys are trying to trade more, like Mike just said, that's your own risk. Like, don't put that on us. We're here to help you guys enter when we see something. But if you see something and you take it and you win, great job. You see something, you take it, you lose, great job. You're still learning, right? It's expensive tuition. That's what Michael and I say is, people owe, $50,000 in debt to go to college. But then when you try and learn a skill like trading where you can give you financial freedom, you're scared to get $500 in debt.
Yeah, think about it. Doctors probably are in like 100,000 debt, like, to just work the rest of their life. I'd rather risk my own money for a few years of torture and then live the life I want to live the rest of the time. Like, I want you guys, we could talk all day about that stuff, but like, I want to know what's like the key thing that's stopping you from getting in the Discord or wanting to start trading. Like, I want
questions, guys. Like, Brady, I see you on here. What's up, brother? I know you're contemplating joining the Discord. Jake, you're already in the Discord. Gabe, I see you in here, bro. I know you've been killing it with crypto. Fabian, one of my students, is on here as well. Like, you guys are, I want mentorship students on here. Like, ask these questions. We're here. I think we'll probably do this for another 20 minutes. It's been a good hour. We've given you guys a lot as far as when we enter, when we exit. I think to be honest, bro, we can definitely talk about, like, if you want to go into where we think the market's heading, because a lot of people, especially, a lot of people that I know, they're freaking out. They don't know if they should be buying right now because maybe that was the dip and they thought that was the bottom, or if it's going to continue down. And personally, I think this little 90-day pause on the tariffs with Trump, it got the market to go up. But based on the few things that he just said over the weekend, I don't think we're done coming down. And if you just look at the charts, you can see that. If you guys read the charts, like that's why we're here. That's why you can join the Discord. That's why you can understand, like, why we're holding, why we're not holding, and why we haven't. Like, Mike, you did a little lotto play over the weekend, but typically, like, I haven't been doing any swing trades because the market has been so volatile and a lot of money has been made intraday, day trading. But guys, I'm telling you, if you have been swing trading, you have been getting destroyed. Like, I have been seeing phenomenal traders get destroyed because they're anticipating, they're guessing. But when you trade, you can't be proactive. You need to be reactive. You need to wait for the move to happen and then play the bounce, play the rejection, play the breakthrough, whatever it is. Like, it's sketchy to be swing trading. That's where I'm going with it. So, I see you on here, bro. I know you got questions. Are you driving people right now? Anybody, go ahead, ask some questions. Mike, I don't know if you got questions on your Instagram or not. Let me check my YouTube real quick.
Not everybody want to make noise till it comes time to make noise. It's just I mean, like, that's what I'm saying. Now's your time. If like I've probably talked to 50 people about getting started. Some of them are on here. That's like, this is your time. This is what we're doing this for. If not, whatever. But we got the next 3 Sundays we're gonna be doing this. So work up that courage and get on here and get started. There's no.
All right, we
I
got
mean,
a couple. First question, and this honestly is a pretty good question. There's 3 questions actually. So, Jake, he asked, "Why do you guys want to help us out? Why are we even getting on?" Personally, I can go first. I did this 3 years ago, guys. I was doing Instagram lives. I was hopping on. This is when I wasn't showing a bunch of profits and like showing it on Instagram. This is when I was still learning a little bit. And I was understanding my craft, right? And it's led me to a position to where I can have my own place. Yeah, I'm still renting, but I can wake up when I want, for the gym when I want. I did this for time freedom. Like, trading gives you the time to do what you want. If you want to do whatever, like it gives you this time. And the reason why I want to help you guys and why Mike wants to, he'll go into it as well, but like, a mentorship for a reason, because dude, I want everybody else to win. Like, it's as easy as that. Like, people say it's lonely at the top, right? But like, bro, if you help your friends get to the top, it doesn't have to be lonely. Like, it's, for me, it's as simple as that. Like, I mean, my brother, like, who's my number one? My brother. And we're trying to get to we're getting to the top together, and it's just the best feeling in the world. I just hope you guys feel how we're feeling. Like, that's for me. But
I was gonna say, I'll give you my why. I want to do this. My sole purpose, obviously, yes, it's cool to see other people make money. But let's say I get, so it was like, why we trade and why we're doing the Discord.
it's literally just, why do you guys want to help us? And then there's a couple questions after that we'll get to.
All right, so quick rundown. I'm 26. I've had 4 houses. I got 2 paid off cars, like no debt, shit ton of jewelry for no reason. Like, it is the joy of what stocks can bring to you. So then it's like, if I have, let's say I get 100 people on this Discord, right? Let's say we get a bunch of people in the Discord and we make all of you guys over $200,000 throughout the next year or 2. You're telling me that if I come in the Discord, like, I personally do real estate, obviously I have rentals, but my goal is to go commercial. So if I make you $200,000 and I come to you and say, hey, I'm doing a commercial project, you want to invest, this is all for business for me. Like, if you guys come in here and you want to make money, not only are we going to make money stocks, but we could make money on commercial real estate. Like, there's multiple funnels that we could start with this, because I personally have found nobody my age that is even close or remotely close to being able to invest on my level. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's try to give people the chance to freaking come on our level, and let's level up together. Like, if you're about it, you'll stay with it. If you're not, you won't. And that's all there is to it.
I love it. And yeah, I mean, as well as myself, I've done private equity deals in the past, and it's awesome to see you win with your friends. And that's what it is. It's almost creating our own circle of investors for the future. And if you've trusted us to make you money from trading, then continuing. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. The next one is, are you guys doing mostly intraday SPY trades currently?
Well, I mean, I can answer that because I've been doing most of the intradays. Literally, I only try to do a mainly SPY intraday because that is the cheapest contract for people getting started. Like, I think to grow a small account, SPY is the best way to make those quick trades with the minimal capital. You're talking $150 to enter, and you're selling at 300 or 400. Like, that is most optimal. You start trading Meta, Tesla. NVIDIA is a little bit cheaper too, but those guys, I mean, you're getting into $300-400 contracts, which you guys can't afford that loss yet. Which is like,
Google's cheap. Google. Coinbase, Robinhood cheap.
So I mean, we don't only trade. I put other trades out there, but I do try to target SPY the most if there's a clean setup for everybody in the Discord who has, mostly everybody has small accounts.
Yeah. So Brady, to answer your question, like intraday SPY is probably 80% of our plays, but it's not everything that we do.
But I'll be smacking some Amazon, some Meta, some Nvidia, some Microsoft. Like we be smacking.
All right, and then yeah, so we got another one. And then, are you guys full-time trading? Just yes, we are full-time trading. All right, see, my boy, just got back, just tuned in. Sorry I missed a little bit, and I'm not sure what you guys went over, but would love to see a typical setup and play for entering and exiting.
I'm gonna make it real fast.
Yeah, go ahead and screen present to you. Go ahead.
I just gave this example.
Same example. But yeah, he just hopped on, so no worries.
We break up. We open. We break up. I see a clean push up, and then we get this little reject. As soon as we get up here, this is when I put in the Discord. I'm loading calls. Right? We have a fair value gap, which if you don't know, you will know eventually if you join. And then this is when we enter, right? So as soon as price comes back down to this fair value gap, it's an imbalance. So price has to come back to this imbalance before it could go higher. So this is like a 9 times out of 10, I take this trade. And then I'll say in the chat, hey, I entered SPY, or let's say I entered Apple 193 calls at an average of $120 per contract. And we have training videos to also go over what that means and how to help you guys. And then we target previous highs. So we get this sweep right here on the previous highs. I'm fully out. That's the trade for the day. We just went from 190 to 193.56. So for a $100 contract, you would have just made $350 on that contract from $100.
So he just said kind of like a CME gap.
So he wants to know more fair value gaps. I mean, that was.
What do you mean? What do you mean CME? Oh, okay. He said fair value. So
yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, that's it's similar. But guys, the biggest thing is like your answer is not going to be like, oh, fair value gap, and that's all you need to know. Like there's many things we're looking for in trades that need to be confluencing together. Like it's not just, oh, there's a fair value gap, that's what I'm going to enter. There's so much more. There's market structure. There's technicals. There's news at play. There's trend. Like there is a lot. But fair value come into play for sure. Like if you can find a fair value gap and then it being in balance, because all fair value gaps aren't going to hit. It's kind of hard to find.
I'm looking. I'm searching.
But yeah, to answer your question, that's one thing we look for. And like for instance, like Mike, this one would be easier to find if we gap down from the morning, right? Like right there. Like there's an instance where we gap down from the day prior and we open up the next morning, let's say $5 down. It doesn't mean that gap.
Yeah.
Sometimes
so
yeah.
Yeah, and it may not always fill that gap, but this is what we get this huge gap down. We know we wait for it to get up, right, and start pushing up first thing in the morning. So technically, this is kind of, I guess,
a good example. Do the do it on regular hours, so it'll show the gap. It should show the. Yeah, right there.
There. Beautiful. So regular hours, we open below, we push up a little bit, and then we got. I mean, it gets inverted. makes a lower low right here. So like technically, I don't like trading regular hours. I always do extendeds because it does play uh, a good role in taking trades. But like right here, like this is a simple push up, and this huge wick tells us that that's a liquidity grab, and boom, huge wick, close, and then bearish and like damn near bearish engulfing. But that created, I guess, an inverse that you could take to the downside from here and use here as a stop loss.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's already that's a lot. But yeah, that's plain and simple. Like we were saying before, like it's gonna take more than just one thing to say yes or no if we're gonna do a trade.
Yeah, like this, we came up, we opened below, we came up, we got oversold levels on the overbought levels on the RSI. So we know that, we're overbought. We should be looking to push down here soon, and we're filling this gap. We're approaching a previous resistance. So we could use that resistance as a stop loss and enter short up here. And that's how you snipe entries to the downside. This is all stuff that we do that you don't have to worry about in the Discord, but stuff that Kyle and I both can teach to you.
Yep. And that's okay. He said cool. We got another question. I don't know if you got any questions over there.
I'm waiting for questions. I want to know what's stopping people from joining or what their biggest fears are. What is it?
All right. Brady, we got Brady that Mike, I think you can answer and differently. So I want you to answer first. It's a good question. It kind of pertains to whether here, I'll just ask it. So roughly how many trades do you guys post in a week? And are you guys posting something that needs to be sold within 5 to 10 minutes after buying it, or like 30 to 60 minutes after?
Oh, dude, I mean, that's entirely dependent on the day. That's so hard to answer. So most of them I would say are about 15, 20-minute trades unless we catch a trend. If we catch a trend, we'll leave a runner running until 1 in the afternoon sometimes, until we see a reversal happen. But typically, yeah, I would say 15, 20-minute trades is what we catch. But yeah, I mean, that depends how depends how the market's moving. I mean, we've been super volatile, so there's been some crazy moves that we're in and out. Like there are some times that I enter and that thing just takes off, and 2 minutes later I'm like, take profit. Like that just blew past TP, sell now.
Yeah, so he's just saying, for instance, because I understand it's open-ended the way the market moves, but if I'm at work a lot, I can still trade, but it's different. Yeah, Brady, I think that's a great point, and so that's why our Discord's as it is. So my brother is doing more intraday, right, where he's in plays. Typically, like your plays are about 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. And
yeah,
on the other hand, for my plays, when I typically call out a play, I'm looking to be in for probably 30 minutes to an hour sometimes. I'm not swing trading, but I'm definitely day trading. Like I'm getting in at maybe 8:45, 9:30 in the morning and holding it till 11:30 typically. That's if I'm day trading. So when you see calls played out of money and it's under the intraday level, then yeah, assume that you need to be on your phone and ready to buy and sell. But if I call something out of swing trade, I will say, hey, this is going to be a swing, and I'm looking to hold this until by on Tuesday, I'm looking to hold until Thursday or Friday. That'll give you some comfort to be like, oh, okay, I've got 2 days I can buy and forget.
Well, that's when we have a trending market.
What?
That's only when we have a trending market. Like we don't have a trending market, then there's no way to it is harder to call that. But when there's a trending market, then yeah, most of our trades are a lot more calm.
And that's why we do a really, really good job where if you have our alerts on, even if you're at work, we're tagging at everyone in the chat every message. So if Mike enters at 8:45 in the morning, right, 15 minutes into the market open, and he's like, hey, at everyone, I'm loading Apple calls. that is telling you, like, number one, hey, we're about to enter a play. And then probably 5 minutes later, boom, guys, we just entered calls on Apple, strike this, expiration this. So now there's that second warning. There's where we entered. So now you've got two of us in your phone that we just entered. And then 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, here's another alert. We're trimming here. So ready to exit your full position in a little bit.
Yeah, I would say as long as you have, I mean, bro, like I feel like this question is more like how bad do you want it? Because I was in the military, so I was in the field, bro. I'd be like in between a mission, just laying in the dirt, and I'd be like, oh, I gotta sell. I'll take my profit. I'll be right back. Like it really is how bad you want it. Like if you know throughout the day that if you get a quick message that you can pull your phone out real quick and take profits it takes like 2 minutes to take profits and 2 minutes to enter. It's just, I would say depending on your job, but I do think that that's how everyone started. I mean, I was working after the military. I still went to go be a manager at GNC. And then I was talking to customers mid conversation. I'd pull out my phone, but my bad, I got to sell real quick. I got to take profits. Like it's just what you want to direct your lifestyle more towards.
Yeah, it's that. And then also, like, dude, everybody, if you're paying $150 a month, right, for our Discord, we are calling out 2 trades a day. If you hop on for 2 days out of the 30 days of the month, you're going to make your money of your 150 plus more. So when you are trying to say, I want to trade while I'm at work and I may miss it, then don't trade. Like don't follow our trades if you can't hit them, right? So if you like it's fine. Like there's going to be more trades. Like if you work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and you have Wednesday off, all right, hell yeah, come on every Wednesday and be ready to trade the whole day because you could probably catch 3 to 4 trades with us, and then that's fine for your week. So, bro, it's open ended. Like the market's going to give us what it gives us. We're not on here claiming that every day is going to be a green day, but yeah, we're aiming for every month to be green. So every week. So I hope that answers. Like we're giving enough plays. We're giving more than enough plays to where if you're at work for a few days or hours, whatever it is, like you can hop on for a half hour, even a lunch break, whatever it is, and you can find the time to make it work.
And also, I mean, for what we do, like for people in the Discord, a lot of the times what we do, like for everybody who joins, if you join and you're not profitable your first month, which we have a profits chat and we track our trades, and we have between 50 to 60 members. So if you don't make any money that first month, you don't pay for that second month. Like the second month is free. And out of those 50, 60 members that we have, we never had to give anyone a free month.
Yeah. Yeah. And yes, we do trade options. Mike, you use Thinkorswim or Charles Schwab because they got bought out by them. You can use E-Trade, Webull. Those are all good brokerages to use. There's a lot of members. We do use TradingView. TradingView is probably the best to chart. They have a free version. If you guys don't want to pay like $8 to $10 a month for it, we do. I pay like $4 a month for TradingView to get all of the access to all the alerts and signals and everything. So
y'all need a screenshot that too. Literally just 100 a day, 30,000 a year, 200 a day, 70,000 a year, 300 a day. You're talking 6 figures already. Trading is uncomparable to a 9-to-5 if you want to make it work. And
like on a normal 9-to-5 making what, maybe $20 an hour? How much are people making a week? Mike, what do you think?
Probably 1,500 or a week, probably like 500, 800.
Week. Yeah, like let's say like a good job, commission, all that. Like you might be making 1,000 a week, like 900 a week, right? When we're trading, I mean, we're having $800 days, $1,500 days, $3,000 days, where it means that when you have a great day, you don't have to trade every day, right? Like realize when you're up, if you have a $5,000 account to start with, or a $500 account to start with, and within 1 week you bring that up to 500 or whatever it is, you bring it up, like realize like, holy crap, like, I just made what people an entire week in 1 day. So back to that person that asked about FOMO, you need to realize like, yeah, there's the fear of missing out on a big play, but when you realize that you're already trading at a level of being a week ahead of every person out there on a 9 to 5, it all goes out.
So, question for you. How does the depreciation of contracts over time affect swing trades? I'll let you take that.
Yeah, that's a good question. It depends on the type of contract we're in. So the differences between in the money and out of the money, right? Let's just say an out of the contract 2 weeks out, right? The time on it won't really affect it until we're about 4 days away from the expiration, right? If let's say 2 weeks is the expiration and we've been holding it for 7 days, right? So there's 5 trading days in a week. Right? 5 days, there's 1 week gone, and then 2 days. So we have 3 days left in the week, and the market's just in this the whole time. All our contracts will stay the exact same percentage. We might lose 5% if it just goes like this, right? Freaking out because 3 days, whatever it is. But if we move like this and on like 2 days before expiration, it jumps, the value of the contract will allow us to get out with good profit, like really profit percentage. But you need to be able to take that profit when it hits that top, because on swing trades, if you wait too close to expiration date, like for instance, DocuSign, I got here. Let me show you. I'll show you an example.
Do I need to stop sharing? Or I'm done sharing.
I got it. So I'm gonna go to, is it DocuSign? I think it was DocuSign. I can look up any example and just show you guys. Just really quick, 1 sec. All right, this is a perfect example. Right, so right here, let's say for DocuSign, this is the daily chart. So anybody isn't familiar with candles and daily charts, let's say we bought on this day right here, and we bought at about this level. Okay, everyone sees those lines. And we're swing trading this. And this is on January 6th. And let's say we had like 3 weeks out expiration. So that would take us to January 6th all the way to the let's just say February 3rd, right? All right. So this whole week, let's say we bought in for $500 here, okay? Our contracts are worth 500, they're worth 400, they're worth 600, 650, 600. In between here, we've gone 500, 600, 500, 400. You know, I'm just giving you guys a rough example, right? So 600, 100. And then here we're like, all right, contracts haven't really moved shit in the last, what is this, 8 days? And now we're approaching our time decay, right? Our time decay is here, our expiration. So here we come down, our 500 is probably worth like 350, and then boom, we come all the way up to here. Our contracts are probably worth $1,500, $2,000. Now, the reason that we would want to sell at this point is because, yes, it's been the highest point and it's the first explosion that we've seen. The last thing that we would want is for what it actually did, right? So let's say, like, we come up, we came here, and then the next couple of days, right? So let's say we're at $2,000 here, comes back down to like $1,500, $1,200, and then it just kind of stays stagnant. And then the day it expires, it's lower than this point. We're sitting at about maybe like $500 here. Like, well, wait a minute, Kyle. We entered all the way down here for $500, and we're sitting at a higher point. How is our contract worth when we bought in at a lower point? That is the time decay coming in, and coming in close to expiration. So even though we are at a higher point, there is another factor eating away our contracts. So to avoid this, because we know we are close to our expiration, we would want to get out a few days prior, because that is where our contracts are worth the most and has the most value. Okay? You cannot be mad about a 300% win going from $500 to $2,000. You cannot be mad at 100% or even 80-50% of your play. If you are in and you take this to the top, even if you sell close to here, you have a huge profit. Now, what most people are afraid of is, oh, what if it does this? Boom, 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 and then expiration day does this. Or way higher. Jesus, Mike. What if it does? Right? It's like I don't care, because the moment I sell here, the moment that I sell this, I don't care what the stock does. People get FOMO, and you can't, because what if it comes all the way up here? You could have made an extra 200%, but yeah, exactly. You can't be greedy, because what it actually ended up doing is coming all the way here, and your contracts would have been break even. Like being lucky, you might actually be out extra 10, 50 bucks. You might be down like $450. So the biggest thing is saying, and I hope I'm getting my point across, is that we don't know what it's going to do, when it starts to just go sideways, especially after we have a huge pump after almost 8 to 9 days of it going sideways. I don't like this price action. I probably would have got out somewhere around here, to be honest, because I probably would have been like, yeah, this price action sucks. Here's a nice pop. Let's get out. And the next 4 days, it still does nothing. 5 days, still kind of nothing. And then it takes a whole week later to hit that pop. So if we would have held all the way into this, definitely sell here. Huge 200, 150% win, max profit. And if you were like, well, I want to wait, well, then you can wait, and you're going to be all the way back to maybe minus 20% or plus 10%. So swing trades, it's definitely difficult to understand, and it's not that we're predicting the right or wrong thing. It's just like, you can't be greedy. You can't ask the market for more when it gives you that 150% move.
Literally, you gotta say something to other people.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
I mean, what I like to tell people too, with that being said, every time you enter the market, we are going up against billionaires. I don't think you understand, like, when any time that you hit buy or you hit sell, we are up against billionaires that do this for 30 plus years. So when you're up, 50, 100, 200 bucks, take that shit and run, and then come back the next day and do it again.
Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Like every day we are institutions, big banks, billionaires, whatever you want to call it. So our job as retail traders is to get in at a precise time and get out at a precise time, take a 50% win. That's nuts, because people that don't trade have financial advisors. Well, they're looking to make maybe 6 to 8% on their money per year. Guys, that let that sink in. Like 95 to 99% of the world doesn't know they are financially illiterate. They don't know what to do with their money. So they say, hey, let me put it and give it to a bank or a financial advisor because you know what to do with my money. And that's insane to me. But that's what most people think. And they're lucky. I'm saying maybe they make 10% on their money over a whole year. And we're making 50% in a day. And you add that up over 252 trading days out of the year, right? Because there's holidays and weekends. You are making an absurd amount different, even with the wins and losses, everything combined. If we come out ahead 15% on the year, you're still doing better than everybody out there who has a Series 66 and a Series license and advisors for Charles Schwab. Like, if they were that good advisors, they'd be trading the market themselves.
I think trading truly tests your resilience. I think, like, if you are a strong-minded person mentally and you understand that you have to go through necessary steps to be profitable, like, regardless of how the day went, if you had, let's say you made 2,000 throughout the week and you lost it all the next week, that's fine. You made it the first time, you do it again. Like, it's literally, you will have setbacks 9 times out of 10 with trading, but sticking to your plan and respecting stop losses, at the end of the day, you will win.
Guys, there's months I've lost 20 grand.
There's weeks we've lost 10 grand.
It happens. Like, that's trading. And that might be like, holy fuck, you lost 20 grand. YouTube allows that swearing moves, but whatever. It's like there's gonna be it. Everybody's 20 grand is different. It's all comparison to your account size, right? Like, me losing 20 grand might be you guys losing $200, or might be you guys losing $200,000. It's different for everybody. It's all dependent on your risk, your own reward, your account size, everything. So the biggest thing is, like, if you take that loss, remember where you came from. You started that account with $1,000. You brought it to 10,000. You brought it to 50,000. Whatever you brought it to, and then you know what? Sometimes the market humbles you, and it's like, hey, that 30K too quick. We're gonna take 20 right back, and now you got 30K, and you're hurting because you're just at 50. Guys, it could be $500 to $300, whatever it is. You gotta take the emotion out of it. Like, money is just numbers on the screen, and it grows and it decreases. It goes up, it goes down. But as long as you're going up over a whole year, that's what matters.
All right, I think we can wrap it up there. We've been on for an hour and a half. We're gonna do this 3 more Sundays. I mean, that's all. I'm gonna go enjoy my night. We're gonna market and we're gonna trade the rest of the week, and we'll see y'all again.
Yeah, guys, we're about to mark up the market. Send our watch list for the week in our Discord. Everybody that's on right now, you guys are in the Discord. You're going to get those watch lists. You're going to see what we're looking at during the week. You guys are going to be in these trades with us. If you're not in the Discord, you're missing out. Like, it's as easy as that. You can wait another 3 Sundays until these lives end, or you can be proactive and join our Discord.
No, wait till that next paycheck, or wait until that next New Year's resolution, or wait until, like, there's never a right time. But to tell you the truth, right now is the right time because the market is dipped. So these long-term plays that I've been calling out, I'm already banking on some of these ones that just from little moves. And it's not even when the market has a full recovery, whatever you invest is gonna freaking 3 to 4x by the time the market recovers.
If you guys need the link to the Discord, just DM us. We'll send you the link. I think it's in our bio, to be honest. But regardless, This was good. Answered a lot of questions. Mike, do you have any more questions on your side?
No, that's all. I was just checking. I don't have any more questions, so I'm all good. And just like I said, if you want to start trading, DM me the word ready, and we'll go.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Any more questions? We got Alex, Brady, Steve, anybody? Let me know. If not, we'll call it a night. And same thing next Sunday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. We will drop the link, and we will be on right at 7:30. So appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.
Boom. All right. Leave studio.
I can just end the stream.